so miserable outside and I just want to sleep, but I set myself a due date for this video and I've gotta be done with it, so you're getting tired, Meg, today. So if you're involved in the online Pokemon community in any way, shape, or form, you've probably stumbled across a Fakemon or fake Pokemon video or post at some point. Basically what that is an artist or writer creating an OC Pokemon. Like, they come up with the design, typing, Pokédex entries all by themselves, and some of them are so extremely thought out. I've seen fully developed regions that could straight up be their own canon game. I love when people do that. It's so creative, it's so cool. I love storytelling, I love world building. I have been in a very long art slump, but I've been surrounded by this type of art lately, so I figured I might as well take some inspiration from that and try to make my own starter fake Pokemon, at least. These are not the best designs because I just have not been drawing as much as I usually have, but I did like the written concepts, so this is more so going to be a talky video with me drawing as like background noise, I guess. Alright, let's get ready to pick our starters. I had the concept sketches for these guys sitting in my sketchbook for like a month? Jesus. And I only got around to tracing and coloring them now, so that's why I'm not shown sketching them here. So for these starters, I based them off of wildlife that is native to my home state of Pennsylvania: the raccoon, the white-tailed deer, and the egret. Start with what you know, that should make it easier, right?
Wrong!
Moving on. This is our grass starter line. First up is Sproutcoon. Its name comes from a combination of sprout and raccoon. If you say it fast enough, it just kind of sounds like you're saying Spraccoon. Though not a fierce attacker, this Pokemon uses its strong sense of smell to find food and avoid threats to its survival. Its bushy tail acts as a layer of defense, both because it is made of thick fur and because it blends into the surrounding life. Get it? Because bushy tail? Bush? This will come into play more with the final stages as well. Also, yes, I'm fully aware it looks a lot like Sprigatito. I looked at raccoon references and it still looks like a cat. I am sorry. I tried. That's all I can really say about it. Whoopsie daisy. At level 16, Sproutcoon will evolve into its edgy teenager middle stage form, which I have named Forodent, coming from forest and rodent. Forodent are extremely territorial over berry bushes. They tend to steal branches from bushes they've claimed as their own and use them as weapons to fend off intruders or other wildlife who will try to eat their berries. You can also see here that they use these branches as accessories because it's holding his man bun in place. Speaking of that, I noticed as I was making this design that it looks kind of like a stoner, so I just took that and rolled with it. I just think it's so funny because that is not something that Game Freak would let any of their designers get away with, even if they were super sneaky about it. I also love the way the arms are positioned around the branch here. It's just a little detail that I really like. You can also see I'm gradually making the colors darker as I go along with these evolutions. I just thought it would be nice to show the progression of maturity in that way. I did this with all of them in a little bit, at least. You'll see that as the video goes on. The final stage of this grass starter, at level 36, is Raccoonulate, which comes from raccoon and accumulate. I thought it was a good pun. Its dense tail looks like a berry bush, so it stores its food within its tail and uses it as a disguise. However, after sitting in there for so long, the berries have begun to rot. This adds an extra layer of protection because attackers who eat the berries will become ill immediately after. Because of this, I gave Raccoonulate the secondary poison type. Like the many starters that came before it, it has the main ability Overgrow and the hidden ability Gluttony.
Its best stat is going to be defense, as hinted at in its Pokédex entries prior to this. I'm not gonna lie, this one's the furry bait. Just look at it and tell me it's not. I am sorry for this monstrosity, and I will atone for my sins in the next designs. I also want to give a shout out to my buddy Felix, who helped me come up with this concept for Accumulate. He made this really nice concept art as I was sending this design to him, asking for some input, and I thought it was so much better than what I was originally going with, so I just kind of adopted his ideas into my own. Thank you so much. I still wish, however, that this final design was more streamlined. As you can see by how long the drawing is taking, there are so many details and colors that came into play here, and I feel like it's almost too much for a starter to have. Like, it's a nice design, but I don't think it necessarily fits the role that I'm trying to put it in, necessarily. Oh well, lesson learned for the next two. Starting off, our fire line is Fawnber, whose name comes from a combination of fawn and ember. Curious and lively, this Pokemon explores by ramming its antlers into unfamiliar objects. Its antlers are made of coal, and older Fawnber tend to have theirs chipped from exploring so much. This little guy is so cute. I think it might be my favorite of the first stage starters, and if this were like a real game, it would be the one that I picked. Just look at it! It's so cute! I just wanna... I can't even formulate in words how much I love this. And you'll see as I go on that this is one of my favorite designed lines overall. I feel like I executed what I had in mind best. Evolving Fawnber will get you Kindlier, whose name comes from kindling plus deer. Groups of Kindlier play with each other by headbutting. While playing, the coal of their antlers heats up, and any other creature or object that they hit will get burnt. It stores excess heat throughout its body, which causes patches of its fur to become fiery red. So you know Fireball from the 1960s Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie? That's kind of what gave me the idea to give it that little hair tuft. It feels so teenagery to me, kind of like a young boy who just wants to get rough and tough with his buddies. I felt it just gave that mischievous, tough guy vibe. The pose is a little awkward. I did want it to seem like it was jumping or like, I don't know how to describe it, but being intimidating. But I'm not the best with the quadrupedal proportions. All I know comes from my My Little Pony phase when I was like 12 years old. So shout out to them. Fully evolving this line will give you Buckle, whose name comes from a combination of buck and coal. Its antlers have grown sharper and sturdier, now being able to break through solid rock, or even melt it away. Its fur has further darkened from the blazing heat it is able to create. Obviously, this adds on the rock type, and its natural ability is Blaze, its hidden ability is Rockhead. Also, it is clearly the attacker of the bunch. It's very strong and very intimidating. I do, however, wish that I could have showed the horns as being dangerous more. The shape that I was going for at the top was meant to reminisce a pickaxe. Coal mining was a big industry in the region of Pennsylvania where I'm from, so I thought it would be nice to pay homage to that in a starter, but I feel like it doesn't come across as clearly as I would have liked. Everything else, though, about this design, I love. I think it turned out fantastic. I love the spots, I love the eye shape, the hooves. It's just, mwah, chef's kiss. Last but not least is our water line, starting off with Chirpuddle, a combination of chirp and puddle. After splashing around in the water, this Pokemon flies around to dry itself off, Droplets of water fall from its wings, providing moisture to the ground below it. It is a very tiny but mighty Pokemon, I believe, because it also already has the dual water flying type because, well, it's a bird. It's like pocket-sized. I love it. The middle stage is Egretide, from egret and tide. When an area hasn't had rain in a while, Egretide will carry water on its wings and soar over the dry land. Farmers tend to keep them to help water their crops because they can cover large areas of land in under 10 minutes. I think this is one of the better poses. Also, the body shape, I tried to convey raindrops both in the tail and the wing shape. If you look very closely, you can see it. Also, if you look closely, you can see that it's given a really sassy side eye. I think it was a good expression. Last in the evolutionary line is Harpybus, from Harpy and Abyss. Its wings create powerful winds that can blow away any attackers, as well as create terrible rainstorms. Harpybus that soar close to the surface of lakes have also been reported to create whirlpools. So if it's raining and you see one of these in the sky, take cover. Harpybus drops the flying type and replaces it with dragon, which is an unconventional starter type, but really badass. Its best stat is speed, and its abilities are Torrent and a new one I call Bird's Eye View, which raises evasiveness. This stance is so powerful. I love it so much. It really makes it look like a menacing dragon type. Just look at that thing. It's like the Charizard of this fake region. This is the one that I feel like a lot of people are going to pick. Speaking of which, you should totally comment which of these starters you would pick if there were an actual region featuring these guys. Not because I want engagement or anything, I genuinely want to know. Okay, it's a mix of both. Like other games, I also wanted the starter lines to have a connecting theme, and I decided that that would be natural resources. The grass line is based on berries, which can be food. The fire line has coal, which creates heat and energy, and the water line provides clean air or wind power. I'd love to do more stuff like this when I'm not in a drawing funk, so if that's something you want to see, comment. Let me know. Okay, thanks. Bye.